Alright, Gage Kearns, doing my mobs on Abby. So I'll do my rolls here. Got 9. 9 is navicular dorsal lateral glide. And we got 6. So that is subtalar inversion mobilization. Alright, so the first one we had navicular dorsal lateral. So I'm going to have Abby laying on her stomach here. And then I'm going to flex the knee to 90 degrees. So my left hand's going to stabilize the talus. And I'm going to come find the navicular with my right hand. And I'll try to disperse my contact pressure with my thumb over the entire surface of the navicular. And then it's a dorsal lateral glide, so not only am I going to go dorsally, but I'm going to try to move it laterally, creating a rotary force. Alternatively, I could use my left hand to grab the navicular and then use my right hand to press and create the rotary force there. And then my grading, I initially go to end range just to find the amount of joint play. Then I can do my grades. Grade 1 is a small amplitude at the initial range, 0 to 25. I can do grade 2 from 0 to 50, larger amplitude. Grade 3 is 50 to 100, large amplitude. And then grade 4 is oscillations at end range, small amplitude there. The foot here is in the resting position, so 10 degrees of planar flexion, midway between inversion and eversion. And then the second mob was subtalar inversion, so I have Abby in the same positioning here. I'm going to extend the knee. Again, the resting position will have in 10 degrees of planar flexion, midway between inversion and eversion. I'm going to stabilize the talus with my right hand, and then with my left hand I'm going to create an inversion force, or I'd create a varus, stabilizing the talus, and then moving my calcaneus, again finding end range, and then I can do my grading like mentioned previously. And then for my exercises, I had the second case. So it was a 70-year-old male, post-distal fibula fracture 10 weeks ago. At this point, he would already have done some strengthening exercises and began weight bearing. So for my first exercise, like I stated, since he had probably been doing some strengthening exercises already, I'd have a green TheraBand, not represented here, but that would be my choice. So place it over the foot. Have the patient grab the TheraBand, and then I'd have her planar flex into resistance and then control on the way back. And then I'd add a dorsiflexion component as well. Go both ways. She can use the other foot to create the resistance with the band. Then again, flexing into dorsiflexion against resistance, controlling on the way back down. For my second exercise, I'm going to do a weight bearing exercise. So I'll have the patient standing, and she can have a bench of some sort at chest height so she can have some support if needed. And we're going to do some toe raises, some heel raises. So she's coming up onto her toes. Hold for a brief second and then control on the way back down. If the patient needed some additional support, she could put some of the weight through her hands to deload the gastrocnemius complex. But ideally she'd be using all of her force directly